to you and welcome to Dott Television's Midday News. I am Kechi Chukwudi. The Delta State government has reaffirmed commitment to the welfare of its citizens by hosting a reception and reintegration ceremony for Deltans repatriated from South Africa. The government also presented relief packages to support their resettlement following their return after xenophobic attacks in the country. The report.
Representing Governor Sheriff Oborevori, the Chief of Staff, Government House, Johnson Ewijo, said no African deserves to be subjected to xenophobic violence. He assured the returnees that the Delta State government stands firmly with them, adding that the administration remains committed to building a state where every citizen can dream boldly and succeed.
We watched with dismay the xenophobic attacks that were targeted at fellow Africans in South Africa. No human being deserves to be beaten, displaced, or live in fear because of their nationality. To every Deltan who suffered loss or injury, we sympathize with you and identify with your loss. In response to your plight, government has decided to mitigate your loss by providing immediate welfare support of free medical screening in all state-owned facilities to help you settle.
Similarly, the Commissioner Bureau for Special Duties, Itache Ejiro, commended Governor Oborevori for ensuring that every Deltan among the returnees was identified and welcomed home, stressing that no one will be excluded from the state's reintegration program.
As a Bureau, we are extremely grateful to His Excellency for the massive support we have enjoyed over the years and the expedited action that he took to ensure that his ceremony holds today. SEMA had exhausted their statutory allocation for the year, but because of the interest of His Excellency on the welfare of our returnee brothers and sisters, he expressly approved the release of funds for this contingency. We therefore receive you today with open arms and grateful hearts, grateful to God that your lives were spared, and grateful to the federal government of Nigeria who ensured the timely and safe evacuation that brought you back to us.
The ceremony featured the presentation of a symbolic check of 175 million naira to the beneficiaries, with government officials announcing that disbursement of the support funds would commence immediately. Some of the beneficiaries expressed gratitude to Delta State government for the intervention, describing the support as timely and a significant boost towards rebuilding their life after their ordeal in South Africa.
Our government, our governor, they try so much for helping us out, bringing us back from South Africa to here without complaining. I thank them so much. May God, Almighty God, bless them.
It was really unexpected, but we really thank him for what he has done, because from all the information gathered since we arrived, I think Delta State has done more than expected.
We suffered a lot. Humiliation, insult, we suffer hardship, we suffer rejection, we suffer hatred, misery. But I'm grateful today that the governor have helped us.
For these returnees, today's support is more than just a financial assistance. It is a reminder that home remains a place of hope, and that the Delta State government is committed to helping its citizens rebuild their lives after the trauma of the xenophobic attacks. Reporting from Unity Hall, Government House, Priscilla Ifeanyi, Dott TV News.
Staying in Delta State, the Director General of the Delta State Contribution Health Commission, Dr. Isaac Akpovita, has called on residents of Ofuoma community to embrace peace, unity, and collective responsibility as the foundation for sustainable development. Akpovita made the call during the installation of Pa Thomas Okogugbo as the Okwaku Orere and chairman of the Elder Council of Ofuoma Community, Ughelli North Local Government Area of Delta State. The report.
Speaking at the event, he served as chairman. Dr. Akpoveta described the installation as a significant milestone in the history of the community, noting that the traditional institution plays a vital role in fostering harmony and preserving cultural values.
So today is a historic day of installing Papa as the Patriarch. He is the custodian of the custom, culture, and religion of the community. He ensured his peace. He ruled by sincerity, by integrity, and ensured the harmony in the community. His pronouncement is final. If there is a major dispute, he reviews it and he makes a pronouncement, and that pronouncement is acceptable by all. We are proud to have it. We celebrate it.
He stressed that peace remains the bedrock of development and appealed to community members to support the new Elder Council chairman in the discharge of his responsibilities.
I ensure personally that I put them on monthly stipends. And when they are installed this way, I do a major contribution. And when they pass away, I also do a major contribution. It's a policy I derive for myself, and I initiated for myself, and I executed.
Also speaking, the second eldest man in Ofuma, Chief Doro Afatakpa, described the event as a historic occasion that has existed in their community for many years.
It is an epoch occasion we are witnessing today, very historical, that has been in existence for many years. He is the most senior man. He is the highest man that governs this place. At Elders Council's meeting, he presides over it, and he is actually a bestowed, elevated man with wisdom and understanding to govern the place.
Similarly, the Queen of Ugeli Kingdom, Ogene Rukewe Oharisi, said the ceremony was not just about installing the oldest man into office, but recognizing his years of service, wisdom, and dedication to the community.
In a tradition, we recognize and acknowledge every elderly man in each community. And that elderly man is like a middleman between his community and that of the king. He is being honored today as the elderly man because not just is a bride or bias, but because he's due for it.
Chief Thomas Okurubu thanked the community for the confidence reposed in him and pledged to lead with integrity, fairness, and a commitment to peace. Priscilla Ifani, Dott TV News.
President Bola Tinubu has reiterated that his administration will not negotiate with criminals or pay ransom to secure the release of kidnapped victims, saying doing so will encourage terrorism and banditry in the country. Tinubu made the declaration on Thursday while receiving traditional rulers from Oyo State, led by the Olubadan of Ibadan land, at the presidential villa in Abuja. The president also said that the federal government was strengthening the country's security architecture by increasing military formations to improve response times against terrorists and bandits.
Congratulations on the Oyo State's rescue that succeeded. I think we succeeded with your support, prayers. I agree with you that we should commend the men and women of the armed forces for their excellent performance. On behalf of them, I accept your message, and I will forward the same thing and this same message on. As we emphasize the question of security, that each event teaches us new methods, open eyes, challenge us to examine and re-examine our architecture, our strategy, our map and operations. And you will have seen we'll give them a geographical and numerical answer to the challenges. We refuse to pay ransom. We have the geography of the forest. We know what it is. And an answer to it you see that from 8 divisions now, we are now moving to 12 divisions to give, that response time, the teeth that is needed for us to defeat terrorism and banditry.
The president also reaffirmed his support for the establishment of state police, noting that adequate safeguards will be put in place to prevent abuse while giving traditional rulers a greater role in grassroots security.
We have equally embarked upon what was missing. Several decades of fears and uncertainty about what to do about security at the local level will be corrected. There will be state police. That state police, we have a guardrail from abuses. We will protect it from abuses. And you traditional rulers too.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has described his decision to choose former Vice President Atiku Abubakar as his running mate in the 1999 presidential election as the biggest mistake of his presidency. Speaking during the launch of Charlie Boy's Foundation and Memoir in Lagos, Obasanjo said that with the benefits of hindsight, he would not have selected Atiku if he had known then what he later came to know about him. He added that despite their differences, he holds no personal bitterness against his former deputy. Obasanjo and Atiku served together from 1999 to 2007. Their relationship, however, deteriorated during Obasanjo's second term, particularly after Atiku opposed the proposed constitutional amendment that would have allowed a third presidential term. Although both men briefly reconciled ahead of the 2019 presidential election, their alliance was short-lived. Obasanjo's latest remarks are among his strongest public criticisms of Atiku and have reignited discussion about one of Nigeria's longest-running political rivalries as attention gradually shifts towards the country's future political landscape. INEC has announced that 131,165 new voters were registered in Edo State, following the conclusion of the continuous voter registration exercise conducted between August 2025 and July 2026. During the exercise, 52,907 voters transferred their voting areas to different polling units, while 19,565 people requested changes or corrections to personal details such as names, dates of birth, gender, addresses, or professions. According to INEC, the registration figures reflect the outcome of the year-long CVR exercise aimed at expanding voter participation ahead of future elections. The Commission reaffirmed that a total of 131,165 new voters were successfully added to the Edo State voter registration during the exercise. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, has directed lawyers and court officials to no longer use the title barrister as a prefix to their names in all official engagements at the Supreme Court. The directive, contained in a memorandum dated July 13 and signed by the Chief Registrar of the Supreme Court, Kabir Akombi, took immediate effect and is aimed at strengthening professionalism and maintaining the standards expected within the nation's apex court. According to the memorandum, the title barrister is considered inappropriate for official correspondence, records, identity materials, court documents, and other engagements within the Supreme Court. Heads of department and unit leaders have also been instructed to ensure strict compliance with the directive among all staff and legal practitioners interacting with the court. The development comes shortly after the Council of Legal Education warned aspiring lawyers against wearing wigs and gowns or presenting themselves as qualified legal practitioners before being formally called to the Nigerian bar. And now to Lagos State, the Zonal Directorate 1 of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has secured the conviction of 2 Chinese nationals, Zhang Li and Gao Hai, for conspiracy and the illegal export of solid minerals. Justice Akintayo Aluko of the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos, found the pair guilty after they pleaded guilty to 5 counts bordering on unlawful possession and exploitation of mineral resources without lawful authority. According to EFCC, the convicts conspired to export mica, copper-bearing, and lithium-bearing minerals from Nigeria without the approval of the appropriate authorities. An act said has been deprived the federal government of legitimate revenue. Justice Aluko sentenced each defendant to 5 years imprisonment on all 5 counts with an option of 50 million naira fine covering the offenses. The court also ordered that all recovered mineral resources be forfeited to the federal government of Nigeria. You're still watching the midday news on Dott Television. After the break, more to come. Stay with us.
Of Asaba, where the street tells the stories every single day.
From the corridors of powers to the decisions shaping governance and politics in Delta and Nigeria.
From traders counting every naira to families battling rising costs and uncertain times.
From football pitches to sporting successes to the major developments making the headlines all over the world.
And from the untold human stories, the struggles, victories, resilience, and hope of the everyday Nigerians.
This is the news beyond the headlines. Dott TV News are your trusted window to stories that truly matter to the people. Here, we don't just report events, we tell the human stories behind them.
The Delta State government invites business leaders, global investors, policymakers, and industry captains to the Delta State Economic and Investment Summit 2026, themed Harnessing Our Strengths and Unlocking Our Potentials. Chief guest of honor, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Keynote speaker, Director General of the World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, GCON. Guest speaker, renowned scholar, Professor Patrick Lumumba. Chairman of the occasion, Engineer Austin Avuru. Other distinguished local and international participants will also be in attendance. Date, August 3 to 5, 2026. Time, 10 a.m. daily. Venue, Dome Event Center, Asaba. Chief host, His Excellency, Right Honorable Sheriff Obrewori, Governor, Delta State. Announcer, Dr. Kingsley Emu, Secretary to Delta State Government and Chairman Planning Committee.
Hello, my name is Sheriff Obrewori, the Governor of Delta State. I have the pleasure to invite you to Delta State Economic and Investment Summit 2026, taking place in Asaba from August 3rd to 5th, 2026. Over 40 prospective investors from Brazil and China, policymakers, business leaders, and international development partners are expected at this summit. It is an opportunity to connect your business ideas with capital, foster strategic partnerships, and take your business to a new level of growth and expansion. This government believes strongly in the economic development model that is led by the private sector. Hence, we have put in place investor-friendly policies that encourage private investors, support business growth, and foster massive industrialization of Patrick Lumumba as guest speaker. The summit promises to be an exciting and rewarding time for all participants. So, join us and be part of shaping the next chapter of Delta
for the Delta State Economic and Investment Summit 2026.
First, visit investdelta.ng and click register now. Next, fill in your details accurately, including your name, email address, phone number, organization, position, and industry.
Then, Select the sector you're most interested in, from energy and the digital economy to agriculture, mining, tourism, transport infrastructure, and more. Also, choose the attendee category that best describes you.
Review your information carefully and submit your registration. Once it's approved, you receive a confirmation email. Be sure to save your confirmation as you will need it for accreditation and entry into the summit.
Join investors, business leaders, innovators, policymakers, and development partners at the Delta State Economic and Investment Summit 2026, happening August 3rd to 5th at the Dome Event Center. Are you?
Thank you for staying tuned, and now to the rest of our stories. Professor Wole Soyinka has called on President Bola Tinubu to fulfill his pledge to reopen investigations into unresolved assassinations and extrajudicial killings across Nigeria. Speaking at the 28th Wole Soyinka Lecture Series in Port Harcourt, he urged the federal government to ensure justice in cases such as the killings of Shehu Shagari College of Education student Deborah Samuel and the recent police shooting of 28-year-old Mena Ogidi in Delta State. Soyinka warned against selective justice and insisted that all perpetrators of violent crimes must be identified and prosecuted. The Nobel laureate criticized the country's justice system, describing Deborah Samuel's killings as a painful example of impunity. He lamented that some of those involved openly admitted their actions without facing justice, while calling on Nigerians to monitor the prosecution of the Delta police officer to ensure accountability. Soyinka said that the protection of every human life must remain the foundation of governance and urged citizens to demand action on unresolved cases. Police officers attached to the Odo-Iya-Alaro Link Bridge in Maryland, Lagos, have been accused of pushing a motorist off the bridge during an altercation over an alleged bus rapid transit BRT lane violation. A video circulating shows officers arguing with a group of young men while the alleged victim is seen lying below the bridge surrounded by sympathizers. Witnesses say the dispute began after the driver was stopped and allegedly refused to pay a demanded fine. The victim's identity and condition had not been confirmed as of the time of the report. BRT lane enforcement in Lagos is managed by the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority. The Lagos State Police Command had not responded to requests for comment, as calls and text messages to the police public relations officer went unanswered. Authorities are yet to officially verify the circumstances surrounding the incident or announce any investigation. The Ogun State government has shut down 383 medicine outlets operating illegally across the state as part of efforts to curb the sale of counterfeit and unregistered drugs. Officials say the enforcement exercise targeted premises that failed to meet regulatory standards or were operating without the required licenses. The government says the action is aimed at protecting the public. Authorities also urged medicine vendors to comply with existing regulations, warning that further enforcement operations will continue against violence. And now to foreign news. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he forgives protesters who insulted him during recent youth-led demonstrations over examination paper leaks. In a video posted on Instagram, Modi described the language used against him and his late mother as uncivilized, but said young people should be guarded rather than punished for mistakes. The protests, organized by the online cockroach Janta Party, spread across New Delhi and other cities, evolving from anger over exam leaks into wider demands for better governance and jobs. The unrest led to the resignation of the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, marking one of the biggest political challenges to Modi's government in recent years. Police have asked social media platforms to remove what they described as abusive or manipulated content targeting the Prime Minister, while some protesters have also faced police complaints. That's our bulletin on the midday news on Dott Television. Thank you for watching. I am Ikechi Chukwudi. Bye-bye.